Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here on the Valley News Now desk. On this Thursday morning, we're very close to that weekend. Just got to hold on tight. Looks like traffic is moving out on I-94 out there. You can see quite a bit of action going on, and it's really not looking too bad outside. And I can tell you something, those temperatures are pretty much going to follow suit as well. So again, thank you so much for joining us here on the Valley News Now desk. My name is Alex Larson. So like I was telling you, weather, temperatures are going to follow suit with how that Skycam was looking. Our Coronado Skycam I just pulled up for you. I'm going to share my screen with you here just to give you a little bit of a glimpse of what we've got in store today as well as in the next few days. So I'm going to share my screen with you here like I was just telling you. We're going to head on over to the Valley News Live website. I'm going to head on over to the weather tab. Looks like Fargo, we're sitting at 54 degrees right now. And we're going to hop all the way up to 78 by 4 p.m. Looking pretty good out there. And guess what? It's not going to go anywhere for a little bit, I guess. Into the weekend, we're looking at mid-80s, and then we cool down starting Wednesday or Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So we're going to hop down into those low 70s. Again, you can see that here Thursday, Friday next week, as well as that Wednesday. But enjoy that sunshine while we got it. Sunday, June 1st, is the first day of summer. That's very exciting for those of you who are getting out of school this week, too. These temperatures are going to be great for whatever you got to do outside. If you've got some plans you got to make it out to, any graduation parties, too. It'll be a really great weekend for that. And remember, our First Alert Storm Team works very hard to keep you updated throughout the day, throughout every day, for what you need to know to keep you and your family safe. So you can download our VNL Weather app. It's free in the App Store, easy to use. You can track yourself as you go to different locations. Our First Alert Storm Team will give you your forecast wherever you're at. Really good tool to have, especially as we head on into severe weather season. Moving on here, we got some news to tell you about. One teen is dead and another is behind bars. Now, this comes after a crash late last night in Otter Tail County. So, authorities found a pickup in a ditch near the intersection of 370th Street and 640th Avenue. They say 18-year-old Blake Unger was found dead near the vehicle. Unger had just graduated from New York Mills. He was also named Homecoming King last fall. The driver, 18-year-old Isaac Schermerhorn, he's on the side of your screen here. He was arrested for criminal vehicular homicide as well as DWI. And two people are hurt, one of whom suffering life-threatening injuries after a motorcycle crash in Becker County. Becker County Sheriff's Office says the single motorcycle crash happened Monday night on County Road 56 near Toad Lake Township. Driver was taken to Detroit Lakes for treatment. His passenger is suffering life-threatening injuries and was life-flighted to Fargo. Officials say neither of those people were wearing helmets, and alcohol is believed to be a factor. That crash is under investigation. And a mother charged with murder has been extradited back to Moorhead. Valerie Zamora, I'll pull her up for you here. Here she is appearing before the court over Zoom. She is charged in Clay County with second-degree murder. According to court records, her son, 20-month-old Jose Zamora, died from blunt force injuries, and the manner of death is listed as a homicide. Court documents say he had bruising all over his body and a distended belly. We'll continue to follow this story for you, of course, as it continues to develop. And two men convicted in a human smuggling case have been sentenced in Fergus Falls. So Harsh Kumar Patel and Steve Shand were both found guilty on 4 counts after a family of 4 was found frozen to death near Emerson, Manitoba back in 2022. Patel was sentenced to just over 10 years in prison. He's likely going to face deportation upon release. Shand was given 6.5 years in prison, followed by 2 years supervised release. And we've got much more about this story for you over on our website, valleynewslive.com, or of course, as always, on your free VNL News app. And a former West Fargo Elementary School principal, David George, pleaded guilty yesterday to 3 federal charges related to child sex abuse. As part of his plea deal, the United States is recommending a sentence of 40 years in prison, followed by 20 years of supervised release, and then dismiss a remaining charge of receipt of images depicting the sexual exploitation of children. The former Independence Elementary principal and Cheney Middle School assistant principal was arrested back in August of 2023 on child sex abuse material charges. So George did resign that same day. Moving on here, Fargo firefighters are speaking out after the city commission voted Tuesday night to reallocate some of their funding. That was just approved by voters back in November, if you remember that vote. Valley News Team's Harrison Prey spoke with the lone commissioner against that vote and tells us why some firefighters feel they have been duped. Let's take a listen from them here.
And how many are happy with this proposal?
First of all, that we weren't invited to the table.
A change they didn't see coming. The Fargo City Commission has provided an updated allocation plan for 2026 public safety sales tax expenditures. But the updated plan removes some funding for public safety.
The city wouldn't even have this money if it wasn't for the firefighters investing $100,000 of their own money, going door to door and campaigning on their behalf.
Back in October of 2024, Fargo firefighters went door to door advocating for the plan to get approved.
We told them that we were going to, what they would get when they voted yes on this. And that's not really what ended up happening.
Turnberg was the only commissioner to vote against the new plan. She says the firefighters are only asking to be paid similarly to firefighters in other cities.
And they're not asking to be the highest paid firefighters in the region.
But now, rather than larger raises, some of the money will be allocated to pay down debts on previously built stations.
They saw a problem, they found a solution, they followed through, and it passed.
Gugesberg says the plan puts them close to being paid like their peers, but not quite. He hopes adjustments can be made so firefighters are paid as he thinks they should be.
We knew from the beginning that the city wasn't going to give us a checkbook and tell us that we could spend it however we wanted, but we thought we'd be invited to the table, and we weren't.
In Fargo, Harrison Prey, Valley News Live.
So city officials also approved operating and capital expenditures. They authorized the collection of a 0.25% public safety sales tax. That went into effect in April of 2025. And last night, folks had the chance to meet the 3 finalists for the Fargo Fire Chief position. We're going to take a look at that happening last night. Here, I'll pull this up. Among those finalists is Tim Binfit, Gary Lorenz, and Craig Nelson. All 3 have had experience with the Fargo Fire Department.
Chief Dirksen let me be part of our building projects, some of our conferences, different things like that. And everything about it is intriguing, and just being able to leave a mark on the Fargo Fire Department.
It was based more on what's best for my family at this time, and come back to the department where I started.
I have a passion for the fire service, and I have a passion to lead, and I think those two things together would allow me to hopefully do some great things.
So the applicants completed their final in-person interview. Selection committee will now recommend one of those 3 men to the city administrator. Very exciting there. Congratulations to all 3. Excited to see what happens. And preparations are underway for the Fargo Marathon happening this weekend. So I got all of those times. Those are listed over on this side of your screen here, left-hand side there. It looks like youth run. The 5K is the one that starts tomorrow. Everything else, 10K, half marathon, full marathon, youth run, you can see those starting at staggered times. This on the side of your screen here. So we do also have some road closures, especially in parts of Moorhead for tomorrow. Parts of the roads are going to be closed. We have those maps available for you on our website, valleynewslive.com. You just got to head on over to our app as well. And it was an upsetting end to the Minnesota Timberwolves season after last night's loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 5 of the Western Conference Final. Thunder beating the T-Wolves 124-94 to win the series 4-1 to advance to the NBA Finals for the first time since 2012. The Thunder could find out who they're going to face in the NBA Finals as soon as tonight when the Indiana Pacers take on the New York Knicks in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Indiana currently leads that series 3-1. It was a fun run for the Timberwolves, but had to come to an end, I guess. Now, that is about all I got for you here on this Thursday morning on our Valley News Now desk. Remember, you can catch this streaming online as well as on our live stream as well. We're going to have this streaming on Facebook, YouTube, live stream, like I just said. And remember to download our VNL weather and news apps. Those will keep you in the loop throughout the day with whatever you need to know as you take on the day. Again, that's all I got for you. I'll see you next week. I am off tomorrow, but we'll be able to keep you updated, of course, online and on air throughout the day. I will see you next week.